Hi everyone, how are you? Are you fine? And how is the quarantine going again? Is normal? So, as I promised you that I was going to send you the other videos of the writing task 2, today I prepared the continuation of our advantages and disadvantage type of essay. And in this one we are going to learn the type 2, the question 2. And if you can clearly remember what we had in the last class, so we divided the advantages and disadvantages type of essay into three parts and into three questions. And last time we learned the first question, and today we're going to learn the question 2. So hopefully I will try to provide you with all the essential information about this kind of question. And then if you have any questions, just you can type in my Telegram channel. So today we are going to learn the advantages and disadvantages, the second question. And if you're ready, just I'm going to start this essay question. So let's pay attention to what I wrote here. So I'm saying question 2 is different. Unlike our question 1, it's totally different. So question 2 is different because we have to say if the advantages are stronger than the disadvantages or vice versa. What do I mean? In this one, we will have to decide which side, advantages or disadvantages, is stronger, and this will affect our structure. Now, after this, I will try to give you the general structure for this question type. So, if you choose advantages, then you will have to say why these are much stronger than disadvantages and why the disadvantages don't hold much weight. So in this one, you cannot be equal like we did in the question 1, because in this one we are asked to say which side is more, which side is stronger than the other one. Either advantages are more than disadvantages or vice versa. And one more thing, you should also have to make this clear in your thesis statement. So, thesis statement, after a while I will explain it actually what it is, but I will try to explain it now as briefly as possible. In your thesis statement, you need to mention which side is stronger than the other one. So, in our introduction, the thesis statement should be included as well. So, if you can clearly remember the structure of our question 1, the first thing that should be done was introduction, and it was divided in two parts as well. The first part was about our paraphrasing the topic which is given every time. And the second thing that we should do is to give outline sentence. And the second thing is the main body 1, and it's optional for you to start which side you want, either advantages or disadvantages firstly. And in that one, you can also divide into three parts. The first part was the topic sentence, and after that, the second one is explanation, and the third thing was example. And the main body 2, again, it's optional to discuss one of them secondly. But before starting your main body 2, you should be careful that you are using the linking, contradictory linking words like however, despite, on the other hand, etc. And the last thing that we should do was conclusion. But in this one, we have, in the question 2, we will have some more extra things that should be done. And then I will be giving you all the information about the question 2, and do's and don'ts of the question 2 will be provided in our today's lesson. So, if it's clearly understandable now, I'm going to write the topic that we are going to discuss today. So our topic will be totally different because we will not discuss the topic that we discussed last time. But today we will have one more new topic, and according to that topic we will try to write an essay. Here is the topic that we are going to discuss today, and let's have a look at the topic. So, some experts believe that it's better for children to begin learning a foreign language at primary schools rather than secondary schools. So, now we're going to talk about whether it's beneficial for children if they start learning a foreign language at primary schools, or it's the disadvantages we will be talking about. So, and let's pay attention what we are required to write in this type of essay actually. So, now, they are saying, do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? So in this one, as I said to you, we cannot be equal. So in this one, we are asked to say which side is stronger than the other one. Here, outweigh means saying which one is stronger or more than the other side. And I think the topic is clearly understandable. So we need to discuss this topic. And the first thing that should be done again is introduction. And our introduction is divided into 3 parts. Firstly, we need to paraphrase the topic. Here is the topic, and the topic should be paraphrased. You know how to do paraphrasing because last time I gave you the instruction how to do paraphrasing. And in paraphrasing one more time, you need to change the structure. For example, you can change the passive voice into active voice or vice versa, and you can be using the different structures, and you can be using the variety of synonyms, and you can change the word formation. In this one, all the things that I mentioned should be done. And the second thing here, one more extra thing in this one is thesis statement. In the thesis statement, you should state which one outweighs the other. I mean, which side outweighs the other. Whether plus sides are more than minus sides or vice versa. And the last thing that we should do is outline sentence. In outline sentence, you need to mention which sides, for example, you can count maybe 2 advantages and 1 disadvantage. And after counting them, after brainstorming them, you need to mention them in your outline sentence. But as I told you, in the IELTS essay, in the outline sentence, or in the thesis statement, you are not allowed to use any personal pronouns like I, we. Instead, you will say this is say. For example, you want to say that, let's say, if you want to learn a foreign language at primary schools, so maybe you may have more plus sides than minus sides, right? And in this one, you can say, this essay will suggest that the advantages of learning a foreign language are more than disadvantages. And if you pay attention, I am not saying I will suggest or I will discuss. No. In an outline sentence, for example, this essay will suggest that whenever you want to learn a foreign language, for example, you will be a bilingual person. You can be speaking in 2 languages simultaneously. So now I think everything is clearly understandable. And if you understood what to do in the introduction part, so I will show you my version, how I am going to change the structure and how I am going to give the thesis statement and how I am going to write an outline sentence. So let's have a look at my paraphrasing and how I wrote the thesis statement and how I wrote the outline sentence. So it was a topic one more time. Some experts believe that it's better for children to begin learning a foreign language at primary schools rather than secondary schools. Now have a look at the paraphrasing of this topic. Some authorities, instead of some experts, and instead of believing, some authorities think that it's more favorable for pupils to begin studying new languages at primary school instead of secondary school. And if you paid attention, I changed the structure, but the meaning was kept as it was. I used the different synonyms and the different structures, but the meaning was kept as it was. And let's have a look at the thesis statement. This is say. I'm not saying I will. I'm saying this is say will argue that the advantages of this outweigh drawbacks. As I said you, in the thesis statement you need to state which side is stronger than the other one. And I am saying I am for advantage side, not disadvantage. So now I'm going to write an outline sentence. I'm saying this essay will first demonstrate that the earlier someone learns an additional language, the more likely they are to master it, and that it brings added cognitive benefits. Cognitive means relating to your brain. So cognitive benefits followed by an analysis of how the primary disadvantage, namely confusion with their native tongue, is not valid. If you paid attention, now I want to say that the advantages are more than disadvantages, and I am mentioning two advantages. First of all, mastering a new language from early years, and secondly, having cognitive benefits. I mean, the benefits related to your brain. But I mentioned one drawback, and this drawback was being confused with your native mother language. So, if you paid attention, everything was clear enough, and I changed the structure, I did the paraphrasing, and after that, I was very careful when it came to write my outline sentence and thesis statement, because I didn't start my thesis statement and outline sentence with personal pronouns IV. Instead, I used again this is say, because in your introduction you should be specific, so that your introduction should be attractable enough. So because the examiners will see how you are going to write your essay according to your introduction. So now, after introduction, what should be done? So unlike the question one that we learned last time, in that one we had an option to start which side firstly, either advantages or disadvantages. But in this one we don't have any option, because in this one the first thing that should be written is the stronger side, the side which you are for. For example, we mentioned it in our introduction that this essay argue that the advantages of this outweigh disadvantages. It means we want to talk about the stronger, I mean the more side firstly. In body 1, it means stronger side should be discussed firstly, not weaker side. So now we can divide it into some parts as well. So now it's gonna be the first paragraph for us. So in our first paragraph, we can divide it into three parts again. Firstly, topic sentence. You know what the topic sentence is actually. Topic sentence means mentioning the first advantage. If you can clearly remember in our introduction, the first advantage was being a master at the learning a new language. It means you will be a master, right? So it's a topic sentence, and you need to explain why it's strong. Why it's strong? I mean, being a master whenever you want to learn a new language. And again, every time the example should be given. And you know, example can be taken from statistics or it can be taken from the real life. So, in this one, we are stronger. It means that we need to write at least two advantages. Because in this one, we cannot be equal. So that you need to give one more topic sentence. The second topic sentence should be given, and again its explanation should be given, and after that one more example should be given to this separately. For example, we gave the example for the first topic sentence, but for the second one we should give one more example again. So here is my example for my stronger side main body 1, and I counted two advantages and I described them with topic sentence, and after that I explained with explanation and the examples, and one more topic sentence and explanation and one more example. Let's have a look at what I wrote. So the first thing, the main reason to start kids off with foreign languages early is that this increases the likelihood that they will achieve fluency in adulthood. It means they will be speaking one more additional language, for example, a foreign language, fluently in adulthood. So now, it is topic sentence. So now I'm going to explain how it's the stronger side. That's to say that they will have far more years to perfect their skills, and it will seem perfectly normal to speak bilingually, means speaking two languages simultaneously. So, for example, now, example for this. For example, in countries such as Holland and Norway, where English is taught from a very young age, more than 95% of adults speak it at an advanced level. If you paid attention. Now, whenever a person learns a foreign language from a very young age, that person will be able to speak it at an advanced level. And scientists proved that the people of Holland and Norway, nearly, let's say, 100%, so 95% of adults who live in Holland and Norway, they firstly start learning a foreign language, and they will be able to speak it at an advanced level when they become adults. So now, after example, I'm going to give one more topic sentence, because I'm going to talk about the stronger side, which means that I need to give one more advantage, because in this one, as I'm saying one more time, we cannot be equal. For example, learning a second language also helps to improve overall cognitive abilities. It means it's a topic sentence. Now I'm going to prove it. In other words, it benefits the overall development of a child's brain, because the more you learn something new, like the foreign language, the faster your brain works, which means that you will have an ability to learn some more additional languages. For example, I can say I am actually, my nationality is Tajik. For example, even though I am Tajik, I can speak 4 languages. For example, I learned Uzbek language without being taught by anyone else, because I learned Uzbek language from TV, and from my 5 years old I started speaking Uzbek. But look, speaking Uzbek and speaking Tajik helped me to learn other languages like the Russian and English. It means that this can be the example for my this outline sentence. So, and one more example. A recent survey by Cambridge University found that children who studied who studied a new language before the age of 5 were significantly more likely to score higher in mathematics and science. It means now learning a new language not only helps you to perfect that language in your future, it also helps you to master other subjects besides new language subject. For example, I'm saying that the Cambridge University found that the British children, they are able to score higher in mathematics and science. Look, this helped them to improve other subjects as well. So let's have a look at the body 2. In body 2, we are going to talk about the weaker side, and in this one, we should be less than the stronger side. So, but I'm going to mention one more thing again. So when we want to move from plus side to minus, it means we need to start our paragraph with the contradictory words one more time. Like, for example, however, on the other hand, and etc. So, weaker side. We need to give a topic sentence. You know what the topic sentence is. And explain why it's not strong. So, and example again. So, in this one, why am I giving one topic sentence itself? Because I counted 2 advantages in my first body. It means I cannot give 2 disadvantages, because if I give 2 disadvantages, it means I am going to be equal. I mean that both sides are going to be equal. So that I decided to give only 1 disadvantage. So let's have a look at how this disadvantage is going to be. So now, those opposite, it means again I am starting my paragraph with a contradictory word. Those opposite to this say that it causes the child to become confused between their mother tongue and the other language. So it's the topic sentence, and let's have a look at the explanation. However, there is actually no evidence to support this view, and children from bilingual families do just as well in both languages. I explained that. And example. I took the example from my personal life. I'm saying, for example, some of my group mates at my university learned Russian at primary school. As a result, some cannot speak their mother tongue as perfectly as they did in the past. Because most of my friends at my university, they can speak Russian and they can speak English, and they know actually their nationality is Uzbek, but they nearly forgot how to speak Uzbek. So that they learned the Russian at primary school. They nearly became they nearly became Russian people, and so that they forgot the Uzbek language somehow, and it can be the example for being confused with a mother language. So, the last thing that we should do is again conclusion. In conclusion, we need to have the summary of main points and we need to restate the position once more. Restating the position means saying which side is again stronger than the other side. So now it's my conclusion that I wrote, and let's have a look at this. On balance, the fact that early foreign language learning leads to higher fluency and improved brain function clearly outweighs the flawed argument that it impairs uptake of native languages. Summary of main points. I restated what I had. For example, in my main body one, I talked about the speaking fluently, and I talked about the improved brain function, and I just mentioned it one more time in my conclusion, but I mentioned it briefly without giving any explanation and any example. And I discussed being confused with the native language. Instead of being confused, I used the impair the uptake. It means it damages the speed of learning their native language. For example, and I am saying restate the position. Restate the position means, again one more time, you need to mention which side is stronger than the other one. And I am saying advantages are clearly more than disadvantages. It means that restating the position, so you need to mention which side is stronger than the other side. So if you understood what the conclusion was here, and if you understood the second type of advantage and disadvantage type of essay, I really am happy because next time we will be trying to learn the third type of the advantages and disadvantage type of essay. And after that, this kind of essay will be over. And hopefully, after finishing the third type, we will move to the discussion essay. And after finishing discussion essay, we will be trying to learn the opinion essays. And after that, we will try to learn problem solution essay. And hopefully, in the next classes, I will be explaining the other types of writing task 2 essays. And plus, so from next classes, hopefully we will start learning the English grammar from the beginning level if you want. I will decide whether to explain it, the beginner level grammar Uzbek or English, because it depends on your understanding. Because there are some people who cannot understand if you explain the beginning of the English, for example, alphabet or maybe the normal sentence structure and how to know the plurals and the singulars and the pronouns and everything. So I will try to decide which language to explain. Hopefully it's gonna be English, but for the ones who are learners, I think they will be explained Uzbek. So it depends on the situation. So after finishing writing task 2, we will try to finish the writing task 1 as well. And we will have some more other sections in the IELTS. You know, the reading and listening sections are being left. But it doesn't mean that I will not explain them, how to improve your reading and listening and speaking as well. So just follow us, and I will be trying to provide you with all the vital information about the IELTS sections in the next classes. Just try to watch this video and try to understand what we had, and the ones who may have the upcoming exams in May or June can watch this video more and more, because it's very helpful to learn how to make your writing as perfect as possible, so that be contacting with us. And I really am happy for finishing the second type today, and I really am happy for sending you the videos on time. And in the next classes, again, I will be providing you all the instructions about the IELTS. So if you like this video, I am happy. So see you till the next classes.